Well, howdy everyone, Cowy Sim Racer here. It is week 11 for the V8 Supercars round season 3 2025, and we are at Mugello, so Autodromo Mugello, one of my favourite tracks from the old Assetto Corsa days. I cut my teeth on online racing at this place here, so I know it fairly well. With this car, it is obviously a little bit different, but hopefully I've got something to show you guys this week getting around here. Now, at the moment, I'm actually in the practice session before the SRW race tonight. It is 39 degrees on track at the moment. I think it's going to be a hot one this week. Again, no rain on the horizon. So, you know, another dry week. As far as setup goes, I've gone with my Hockenheim setup, which is actually, I think, a variant of Donington as well, I think. But, no, actually, probably more just, I think I was experimenting with Donington at Hockenheim. So, but I was trying to think of a similar track with these flowing sort of sweeping corners. The car is actually really good during the first part. Of course, this is the section where you're really sort of looking at tyre wear and how hard you push. I think I've got 50 litres in the car at the moment, so we'll see where we're at. But it is actually quite a fun track to race at, but again, another one of those tracks, a bit like Suzuka, where it's all about where you position the car. Alright. But you can see there's sort of sections of the track that are cambered as well, and you know, if you use it all, and again, use all of those track limits if you can. Alright, well, let's start a lap. We're looking to break about that hut on the right there. Again, you're looking to try and maybe lay apex this a bit better than I just did then. And we're sliding a bit as a result. As long as you stay on the curbs, you know, with your inside tyre joint, you don't get pinged around this track for track limits. Well, let's see how we go. So coming into T1, you're looking to brake at about 170, I think it is, something like that. It's about a car length inside the 200 marker. Stay tight because it is cambered, but you need to stay over to the right here for this corner. Staying in third, as much as you can, try and open this one out, because again, this is one of those ones that backs on or straight, but you got to stay inside the line, I think, on that curb. Braking just before the 50, back to third, get up on the curbing, same again, get up on the curbing, use all of it there. And we're looking for basically, as soon as we can start to see the corner, is when you're looking to brake. You want to cut it so you can come out mid-track there to get on the pace here. Alright, braking just before the corner. Again, staying tight so you can get on the gas here. Maybe a little dab of brake just to get the car to turn in. And so I just slid wide there a little. I had to sort of compromise and run over the hill. Braking just after the line there on the left. Getting up on this curb. Again, see over the right here, open this one out. You can get up on that a little bit, but just be careful. And we're braking just before, just inside that 100 line. I was a bit early.
Sector 2 is 0.8 off the pace.
There's some quick guys in this room at the moment. Now stay over to the right there so you can open this corner out, because you want to be full throttle through all of that. You can just cut it a little bit. But there is pretty close to a lap around Mugello. Let's see if we can do another one where we sort of tighten up. I think I did a 55.6 before in this room. At the moment, this is going to be, what, a 55.8 maybe? Let's have a look. .7, yeah, 7.9. All right, so about a car length inside that line. We can maybe go a little deeper, but you really want to stay down in the camber there. Oh, stayed over to the right. She rotated a bit on me. But this is the important one. You get the throttle on there, good. You find some speed. At about 60 is where we're looking to brake there. Get up on the curb. Alright, and again, we're staying in fourth, but as soon as we see the corner...
0.34 off the pace.
Well, fairly fast in the first sector by the looks of it. It's these sectors here where I'm struggling, but a bit better run this time. Get the car turned in, we can get on the gas a bit earlier, that's better. Alright, and you're looking to brake just at that, where that bit of tarmac is on the left there. Cut. Again, get up on these curbs. They're really where the time is. And braking probably made a car length inside the 100. So get that corner a bit better this time. But again, you're looking to stay right tight here so you can stay over to the right. Open this corner next to out here. So if you get it right, it's full throttle. I'm finding I have to lift a little there. Might be setup related. I do have the rear not as soft as some of the other setups. I think I've got about 30 bar in the rear. Okay. Yeah, but we just slid around a little bit there in a corner, and that probably cost us a few tenths. So fairly similar. This one's a 55.9, 155.9. All right, let's bring it around once more and we'll show you the pit entry.
Sector 3 is 0.9 off the pace.
We just went a bit deeper this time. So it's about staying down in that groove. Got a much better exit there. But then again, we slid wide there, and that's compromising that exit there. So maybe a little bit of setup work still to be done here, but I'm fairly happy with this Hockenheim setup. A couple little tweaks. I think I've softened the bump stiffness a little bit in both the front and the rear.
Sector 1 is 0.8 off the pace.
We're a bit slower this lap. Right, but I get the feeling this is going to be a place of high tyre wear. At the moment, track temps up around the high 30s. It was in the 40s before, so it is going to probably be hot this week. When I set up the room here for SRW, it was going to be very similar to what's on the official rating this week. Again, I think I generated a couple of times and didn't get any weather, so it's all sunshine and rainbows and butterflies, as they say. So we cut that a little bit too much. That was an off track there. But no slowdown, so you might have a margin for error there when you're battling, but be wary, you know, race control doesn't like you taking advantage of things like that. All right, pit entry is up here on the right. We're basically looking to break maybe a car length after that line to get it down under the pit limit there. All right, now we will try and have a look and see what the tyres are at. But not a particularly hard entry, though. You can cook it.
Okay, punch it.
All right, 91%.
91%. Left rear, 91.
Okay, so yeah, so you're talking maybe 2.5% a lap with this sort of setup. Perhaps you can give the car a little bit more roll, but I'm wary of that weight transference, especially some of those mid-speed corners there. But anyway, everyone, I hope you are enjoying the content. If you are, please give me a like and subscribe. We will see you for one more week next week. I'm not sure what track we're at. We'll find out then, but I better get back to it here for SRW tonight. Thanks for watching. This is Cowy, iRacing Racer, signing off.
Temperature's increasing. It's now 41.